Aloha! Wayne Kealohi Powell here from Kauai, in the middle of the largest ocean in the world, bringing you whatever aloha I can gather for you today. Lots to share today. Thanks for showing up. And feel free, please, to put your comments if you're coming on Zoom, because I love seeing the comments. It helps guide the sessions. So today, instead of starting with a prayer, well, I could do a brief one in Hawaiian. Amokua aloha mahalo, e po'u mai ka'i, e po'u mano keia, e amama. I just said, higher self, greetings and thank you, and bless all the souls that are here. Amen. So, this is a song that it's really fun to sing in the shower once you get the hang of it. Everybody who hears this song more than once, it's really hard to shake. And that's the way it is. Because it's called Love Will Come Through. And I can't remember if I've ever done this on a live recording before. I mean, it's on my albums, but not on any video. So relax and enjoy. Sing along if you like. The chorus is easy. Love will come through. Doing what you do, love will come through. So you see, there's the annihilation of guilt and shame right there. Doing what you do, love will come through. When your dreams start to come true, I want you to know that you brought them all on you. By thinking and living the way you do, just doing what you do, love will come through for you. Yeah. Many a day passed me right by. Never a day I did not wonder why. It seems so long a road to try. Just doing what you do, love will come through for you. Help me out here. Just doing what you do, love will come through. Just remember the simple life is not far away, and love's gonna find you there wherever you are today. Doing what you do, your love will come right through for you. Double chorus, bring it home. Doing what you do, love will come through for you. You know it will. Just doing what you do, your love will come through. Just doing what you do, your love will come through for you. Just doing what you do, hold it out. Your love will come through for you. Yeah, what a fun song. Mm. And today I'm guided to talk to you about blessings. And yet I want to continue our Huna training. So we will, as I promised you, begin with Makia. That's right. We've done ʻIke, we've done Kala, and we're on Makia. If you recall, ʻIke is all about remembering to turn off the musician noise reduction. Yes, Makia, I'm sorry, ʻIke is all about awareness and how aware we can be in every moment of our surroundings, of what we bring to our surroundings, our inner environment as well as our outer environment. Awareness. Awareness is who we are. And it's been said by great masters that whatever you're focusing on, that's who you are in that moment. Yeah, think about that. And then Kala. Kala, about forgiveness. Letting go. To untangle, to unbind, to unwind, to release. Kala. Sweet. The name, the principle they give to forgiveness. And that includes, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, and all that jazz. So, today, Makia. Makia is about focus. And the principle from the Kahili system is energy flows where attention goes. And that's pretty basic when you think about it. Energy will flow where your thinking, where your focus resides. And this is how things change in our environment. We focus on them. And when we focus on them, we're giving them our love, our mana, our manao, our energy. Yeah. And the corollary is the exact opposite. So I love to change things up a bit. From energy flows where attention goes to attention flows where energy goes. Immediately your attention goes there because there's energy. Simple. You're walking down the street and you're passing a bunch of shops and there happens to be a television on in the window. You turn and you watch. Or there happens to be a juggler walking across the street and you turn and you watch. So your attention will go where the energy is flowing. You come upon a river and your attention goes right to the flowing river. Fireworks, your attention is on the explosions. So it goes both ways. I think the first part of it is the secret to manifestation. Because what you focus on increases in your awareness, ʻIke. Yeah. And if you're focusing on letting go, then you have all three principles live in action. You're focusing, Makia, on letting go, Kawa, and you're aware that this is what's happening and it's working. ʻIke. Yeah, very cool. So that, let's read in my book, actually. Let's see what I wrote in there. Oh, yeah. The principle from the Kealohi tradition for Makia is Eia, spelled E-I-A, Eia, which means I'm here. And that is a focused point of awareness right there. So if I was in a Hawaiian school of language and I called your name at the beginning of the class, say, hey, Kealohi, I go, Eia, I'm here. So whenever you want to appear fully present somewhere, which is the next principle actually, you focus on being here. And when I took my seminary course with the University of Christ, one of the very first principles was all about arrival. So arriving into a room or into a moment, into a relationship, but it's primarily in the moment. What am I bringing to the moment? What am I aware of? What am I focusing on when I walk into a room? Or when I meet someone, or even when I walk up to order coffee, arrival, it's a very sublime and subtle kind of experience for the most part when you think about that step up to the coffee window is an arrival. That walk across the threshold into a room is an arrival. Getting into a car, shutting the door, you've arrived in the car. Parking the car, getting out of the car, put your foot on the ground is an arrival. And so the principle of fully arriving or arriving with your full self is golden. Because when you bring your full self to any given moment, you're going to have a much more profound experience. Yeah. So in Makia, this is what I write in the book. I've shown this to you many times. Yeah. Hawaiian Shamanistic Healing by myself and Patricia Miller. On page 57, Makia, focus, Eia. I am here is the chant, focused within my authentic presence, merging with or influencing the current of energy and manifesting my reality through the gravity of focused attention. I love that. Who wrote this? Yeah, let's do that again. I'm here, focused within my authentic presence, merging with or influencing the current of energy and manifesting my reality through the gravity of focused attention. So this gives credence to the fact that when we focus on something, there's a gravity that pulls our energy into what we're focusing on. The key to this principle, be aware of what you're focusing on as it will multiply. There you go. And to me, that speaks of the program of lack. If I'm focusing on lack, it's going to multiply. I'm going to find it everywhere. But when I choose to focus on opulence, I am enough, I'm going to find that everywhere. But it takes practice, because the program of lack is such a deep groove in the ego's curriculum, in its motivation. Yeah, because the ego will never have enough. So it's always wanting more of everything. But, gosh, it's like, for instance, when you get a cup of coffee, let's use that metaphor again, and you've arrived, you've ordered your coffee, and they've taken your name, and they put your order in, and you've paid. Now, and you're looking, if you paid with a card, you're looking at that window that asks for a tip. And it usually gives you 3 choices, or sometimes even 4, where you can put in whatever amount you want. And if you pay with cash, there's usually a jar right by the counter where you're standing. And so there's a moment you paid, you've taken your order, they smile at you, you say thank you, and that next moment is your opportunity. Put a dollar, 50 cents, a couple of bucks, 5, 10 in the jar, or hit the lowest amount on the window on the computer for the tip, middle, or are you feeling really abundant? Go ahead and hit that 30% button, right? And how will that make you feel? There you go. Be aware of that as well. Because if you're operating the program properly, hitting the highest amount, you will know, you'll be aware, ʻIke, that you're giving this to yourself through another. It's right. You are the giver, you are the gift, you are that which is given in every moment of your life. So whenever it comes time to tip someone, remember, you're just giving to an aspect of yourself. And there's the key to abundance right there. And charity also. You're not giving because you feel sorry for people. You're giving them what you know you deserve as them. Because we're all equal. We're all in this game together. That's right. Yeah, so that is the first 3 principles. Let's say ʻIke. The world is what you think it is. Kala. There are no limits. Makia. Energy flows where attention goes. Now, in the Nehealani system, ʻIke. ʻIke moaka aka. O keiki maka. I see clearly through the eyes of a child. There's some pure awareness, full of wonder. Yeah. Kala. Noa mai pilikia. I am free from all trouble. Nice jab. And we could also do Noa mai mo'olelo. Because today, the narratives, the negative ones that we don't want, they're stories. And olelo is story. So noa mai mo'olelo, I am free from all story. And finally, Makia, eya, I'm here. And the next principle preview is, I am now. That's going to be fun. So stay tuned next week for that one. Okay. And that concludes our Hawaiian shamanistic healing presentation for the moment. I'd like to share with you now a book I've been studying for over 20 years. I want to introduce it to you first. It's extremely popular in the New Thought minister circles. And it's called Love Without End. Jesus Speaks. It's by Glenda Green, who's a famous portrait artist. And you got to read this book if you love Jesus. Because he's in this book. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. And I love to exaggerate. I had 2 transcendental experiences reading this book when I first found it. And that would have been around the year 2000. Yeah, 25 years ago. Actually, it was before that. I think I was first, it would have been Yeah, about 1999. Yeah. Anyway, um, Glenda sat with Jesus on the couch while the paints were drying to his portrait. And this is the portrait. It's a full-size portrait, a full life-size portrait called The Lamb and the Lion. Took her almost 4 months to complete it. Jesus came every day, knocked on the studio door, came in and sat for the painting. And while the paints were drying, because they're oil paints, oh gosh, some colors normally take 3 days to dry. Yet in Yeshua's presence, the ones that take 3 days to dry, dried in 3 hours. The ones that take 3 hours to dry, dried in 3 minutes. Nevertheless, they were sitting on the couch, and Glenda, being a professor of art, she asked 400 very intelligent questions to Yeshua about life. And we're in the chapter here, I believe it's chapter 4, The Love That You Are, on page 90. And this goes along with the song I just sang for you. So everything in this book that's in italic are the words of Jesus that you took in shorthand. So here's what he says. There's a simplicity to life which brings joy. If you would only receive it just as it is. Now, we know this intellectually, but when it's said point blank by our beloved brother who came before us, somehow it carries more meaning. I'll say it again. Just like in the bridge of the song I just sang, the simple life is not far away. Wherever you are, it's going to find you. There is a simplicity to life which brings joy if you would only receive it just as it is. Close your eyes and breathe that in. There is a simplicity to life which brings joy if you would only receive it just as it is. Wow. Okay, here's another line by Yeshua, our brother. Close your eyes and let this in. This is really beautiful too. Beingness is sovereign and need not justify itself. Wow. Beingness is sovereign and need not justify itself. So when you're being, when I'm being myself, I'm sovereign. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If I'm being my authentic self. Symbolic communication can be interesting and meaningful, but there is nothing more powerful than just being. Symbolic communication can be interesting and meaningful, but there is nothing more powerful than just being. That makes me think of when I sing a song, my entire intention, or when I write a book, or when I'm creating an audiobook. I focus entirely, ʻIke, on the awareness of beingness. Beingness, doing the doing. Beingness, singing the song. Beingness, writing the book. Yeah. Any creative person will agree. One thing does not have to mean something else in order to be. That's right. Beingness is sovereign. By denying even the smallest things the right to be, you are undermining that right for yourself. Wow. That reminds me of the Buddhist teaching of not killing ants. Wow. More than likely, those who do this don't even realize they have the right just to be themselves. That's so powerful. You have a right just to be yourself. It requires no justification whatsoever. You were given a script to live. You were given a destiny. You were given gifts to be in this lifetime, to bear fruit from your heart, from your mind, from your body, into creations that the world will gladly receive. Just to be yourself is so powerful. And yet we put so much attention on what others think. Wow. I remember once hearing a master class, and one of the panelists said, you know, if you're not being attacked or ridiculed, you're most likely not being yourself. You're most likely not living in your power if someone isn't disagreeing with you. Wow. Okay. Yeshua goes on to say, by habitually assigning extra meaning and significance to everything, a person is stealing power from life to give to their mind. Wow. Because when we label something, it defines it, it limits it completely. What do you think will happen if such tendencies become an obsession? Being obsessed with what things mean? Those people usually always have to be right. I know, that's me. When I'm obsessed with something, it always topples over into being right no matter what anybody else says. Yeah. Okay, here's the punchline from Jesus. All things manifest by the power of love, and not to serve agendas of external meaning. A little weed which comes up in your garden springs to life because its parent left a seed. The conditions were hospitable, and the holy source of all being empowers even the I am presence of a weed. Don't jump to conclusions that it is a symbol of opposition or a confirmation of dark destiny. It's just a weed that came up in your garden because it wanted to live there. And if you don't want the weed, express your feelings and bless it on its way. No problem. The best way to get rid of anything you don't want is to bless it. Oh, that is so beautiful. The best way to get rid of anything you don't want is to bless it, because love honors love. Blessings honor blessings. Much of life will take care of itself if you simply employ that as a dynamic guideline for living. This is the supremacy of being. Wow. So, that explains why the first article I had published was in Canada. It came out in the New Age magazine of the time. It was called The Power of Blessing. And I'll never forget the lecture. What they did with that magazine was they had 4 authors a month with articles in the magazine. And after the magazine was released, every Friday, on Aloha Friday, one of the authors came and gave a lecture in the giant meeting room where the magazine was published. And I was number 4. Thank God. The magazine had been out for a month. A lot of people had read it. And I came to do my lecture on the power of blessing. Now, this was my first publication and my first lesson, my first lecture in an open public forum where I did not invite people. They invited everyone. There was the magazine that was reading the magazine. So the room was full. I don't know how many people, less than 100, probably around 60 or so. There was standing room only. And boy, I was scared shitless. My first lecture, I was like, oh man, I don't want to mess this up. I'm sure that the article made some impressions on a few people. I'm hoping that it did. So I give my spiel on ʻIke, Kala, Makia, Manawa, Aloha, Mana, Poni, all the principles from the Kahili system. And they seem to really enjoy it. And I held my trusty talking stick, which was carved for me by a Maori, a Kahuna Maori. This is the tongue of truth in the Maori tradition. You can see there. Yeah. And there's a knot on his ears, on the top of his head. Yeah. And these are the principles, all these carvings on the side of the Huna tradition, crossed over from the Maori tradition. You see those carvings, yeah, of the principles. So the lecture completes and everybody claps and I'm like almost in a sweat. But it's much cooler in Vancouver, BC. I'm standing there in front and about, several people came up to get a hug, say hi, compliment on the lecture. And so we were chatting as a group of people, and all of a sudden, unbeknownst to me, there was a petite woman walking up the aisle, the middle aisle, to the group that I was chatting with. And she gets close enough to where people notice her, and a few turned around, and so the group, it kind of opened up and moved back. And this petite woman, she comes up about 6 feet from me, and she's been crying. And she says, "You saved my life." she says. I didn't quite know how to respond, so I waited. There was a silence. Everybody was silent. And I said, would you like a hug? And she nodded. So I took a few steps forward. She took a few steps forward. I hugged her. She backed off and said, you saved my life. And she turned around and walked out of the room, and I never saw her again. Now, for me, my first lecture, this was a confirmation, undoubtedly, that this is what I was supposed to do at this time in my life, is share Kahuna science, otherwise known as Huna. And but I would never forget that face if I ever saw it again. But powerful. The Power of Blessing was the article that changed her life. And basically, I spoke in there about what happens when you come away from guilt and shame and blame, especially when you come away from it within yourself. You know, the amount of blame and shame that we carry is so well hidden. The ego is really, really good at this. That's why so many people and so many teachers are doing shadow work. They're wanting to reveal all these unspoken layers that need healing. People are doing trauma work and breath work. People are microdosing mushrooms. People are taking ayahuasca. Some are still taking LSD. But nevertheless, everyone is wanting to heal. And that's a beautiful thing. And I say the word everyone with intention, because even those who are not aware or think that they're conscious or who don't even believe in a source beyond this world, still, we come here to heal, which is basically to reassemble, to remember our wholeness and put the pieces together. What gifts did we bring? Where is my heart passionate about something I would like to share in this world? I have an acronym, JOB, Joy of Being. If your line of work isn't your job, your joy of being, you need a different line of work. Because we did not come here to suffer. We did not come here to placate. We did not come here to be obligated to a boss for a paycheck. No. Those are all old paradigms. And what's happening right now, there is a black moon. There's a new moon over these next 3 days, which is so powerful that you can climb into it with your intention and your meditations, and you can manifest letting go of what doesn't belong and bringing in what your heart truly desires. So I'm going to ask my content creators to put this part out as quickly as possible, because this portal, this window is only open for 3 days, 21st of September, 22nd, and 23rd. No big deal if you miss it, because these principles of manifestation, they always work all the time. But there's an ease and a grace right now for 3 days for letting go of what doesn't belong and for bringing in what your heart truly desires. Yeah. So, let's use this portal now. Let's have a meditation. So, make yourself comfortable, if you would please. You can lay down if you like, or sit with your back straight, whatever serves you. Let's go vertical. Open your crown center, Start breathing in golden white light into your crown, into your body. Nice and deep. Relaxing all your muscles. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your hips, relaxing your chest, your neck. Relaxing all the muscles in your arms and legs. Use your breath. Golden white sparks of light. And now bring the moon into your consciousness. Bring the moon without light into your consciousness. We want to merge with this black moon that is beginning now, opening a portal for amplified manifestation over the next 3 days. And now, I want you to bless this black moon. And it's called the black moon because it's the second new moon in this month of August. I'm sorry, September. Father, sky, mother, earth, moon, child, grant us this day our heart's desire to manifest in this 3D world. We agree to relinquish all that doesn't belong here and now with our next breath. Again. Let it go. All the blame and shame. Let it go. We agree to step up to the plate, become fully present with our heart's desire at this time to manifest in this world. I know this will be different for each person, and yet it'll be the same. Through this portal, we are one, manifesting with each other as one, father, mother, child, as one. We open our hearts, minds, and bodies to embody the worthiness of our most cherished dreams, ways of loving here on earth. We breathe into our vision now, and we make it so in this portal with the family of us, Father, Mother, Child, the Trinity of creation. I breathe now infinity into my life stream to manifest what my heart truly knows is already mine. 7 breaths. ʻIke. Kama. Makia. Manawa. Aloha. Mana. Pono. And I come to peace, encircling all of these 7 principles with maluhia, peace beyond all understanding. That's human. Aomakua maika poe ola, hoike maike ola. Aomakua maika poe ola, hoike maike ola. Aomakua maika poe ola, hoike maike ola. Mama Uanoa, Lele Vale Akula. Ke Powell. And so it is. Hey, Mama. Well, God has blessed us all. Go into the world and bless everything and everyone, beginning with yourself. Walk into the world as the blessing that you are to the world. The Course in Miracles lesson says, you are the light of the world. Your heart knows that to be true. The radiance that pours into your consciousness, you are the light of the world. And in that light, it blesses everything and everyone. Because to give it meaning is a contraction. It's a box, it's an identity. It becomes a noun, a pronoun. You don't give it any meaning, you give it blessing. It expands, the goodness, the love overflows from us. It ripples into our community, into our loved ones, into all of our relationships with the power of blessing. Yes. All right then. I bless you all, even though you didn't bring me any questions. You can send them to me on email or text me, and I'll put them in the next chat, in the next podcast. So, malama pono, take the best care of yourself. Ahui ho, until we meet again. Bumihana aloha. Bless you with love and forgiveness.